Hey everybody, how's it going? It's the Daily Shooter, and it's time for another ThruNite torture test video. You know, these videos are a lot of fun. I get a chance to kind of take the flashlight above and beyond what it was designed to do, and that's what I'm going to do here in this video, including running this flashlight over with my 7,000-pound truck. So basically what we have here is the ThruNite TN4A, a flashlight that's really become one of my favorites. It's not so much a tactical flashlight as it is a hunting, camping, survival, backpacking type of flashlight. It takes 4 AA batteries, which are readily available. And like I said, it's turned out to be one of my favorite. It's a great thrower, extremely bright, has a good flood to it. So the first thing I'm going to do is just take the flashlight and throw it across the backyard just to see if it can, you know, survive that initial impact. And then you want to do is just make sure that you can drop test it. You know, take the flashlight, spin it around, make sure you drop it on rocks. And that's what I do. I make sure that the face is pointing down with the bezel out and drop the bezel down onto the rocks that are in the backyard. Give it a spin, see where it lands randomly, make sure that the light doesn't shut off, and it doesn't. Actually lasted pretty good for that test. Now comes the fun part. This is where I took my 7,000-pound, 4-door, full-size Chevy truck. I put the flashlight in one of the grooves in the concrete and decided to run it over just to see how, you know, it would hold up. It's not at all designed for this. It's not designed to hold up against this. But hey, you know what? If it's a torture test, you have to torture it, right? So let's see how it holds up. I actually stopped the tire on the flashlight just to make sure that the weight, you know, was on the flashlight for a little bit, not just a half a second. And surprisingly, the flashlight is still on. You know, it didn't crush. It barely got damaged, and I'll show you that a little bit later on in the video, but it really did barely get damaged. That's a 7,000-pound full-size truck. Now, you want to make sure also that it's nice and waterproof, so that's what we'll do next. We'll take it out in the mud here, and we'll just get it nice and wet, make sure that it can take, you know, your standard stream of water. So if you are hunting or hiking, maybe you're backpacking, it happens to fall into a puddle of water or maybe a river, something like that, you want to make sure that the flashlight's going to hold up. You don't want a flashlight that's used for survival to fail on you just because of something as simple as water. You know, that's just one of the basic elements. So taking water to the next level is something that I like to do, which is freeze the flashlight. Make sure that it can handle the extreme low temperatures. And I have the the freezer set at -8 degrees, and I'm going to let this flashlight freeze overnight. So now I'm back out here in the morning, back out here in the morning, and you can see the flashlight's completely frozen over, the pole's frozen. And I did not leave the flashlight on like I did last time because, you know what, it's that extreme heat that comes off of this flashlight can actually keep the water from freezing. So turn the flashlight off, put it in there, and let it freeze. Then I'll let it sit outside in the hot Southern California sun and thaw off for a little bit. I came back out, still thawing. This is after, I don't know, maybe an hour. It's only about 85 degrees out so far. This is about 8 o'clock in the morning or so. And so we'll let this sit out for a little bit. I come back after another hour or so, and you can see the flashlight has kind of thawed. I'm able to get it out just kind of by manipulating the ice and kind of working with the flashlight to get it out of this little chunk that has kind of wedged itself in. But yeah, it's been in there for, I don't know, it's a good 12, 13 hours in this water in the frozen ice. So let's see if it still works here. You know, one of the things you want to do is inspect that bezel, make sure that no water got into the cap, and, you know, make sure that that lens is completely clear. And that's kind of what I was doing there, is just making sure that, you know what, it's not full of water, and then we'll give it a try. And it worked. It made it through the ice test, made it through the water test. About, like I said, 12, 13 hours in the water, in the ice, and sure, still functions perfect. So anyway, this is our flashlight, the ThruNite TN4A. This thing is a little powerhouse. You know, it has a ton of lumens, over 1,000 lumens. It can be run over by your truck. It's waterproof, ice-proof, drop-proof, throw-proof. I mean, it's just amazing the amount of torture that this thing really withstood. I did not hold back on this flashlight whatsoever. You can see right there, those are kind of the scars from being run over with the truck. But it didn't do that much damage, surprisingly. I mean, even with that heavy truck, still cycles through all the modes just fine. There's a little bit of fog right there on the lens cover, but once you wipe that away, you can see there's no water underneath the glass lens. Really nice heat-treated lens, great flashlight, and I'm really impressed with how well this held up. So definitely check out the links in the description box. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and have a great day.